So it's Sunday. We're meal prepping. I have 2 packs of chicken thighs, 3 packs of 90-10 beef that we got last week. We're going to cook off. I'm also going to be making tomatillo salsa, or salsa verde. My wife really likes the salsa verde, so we're going to be doing that. We're going to be cooking off a macaroni noodle. So this is the plan for next week. Tacos, beef tacos, going to make salsa verde. I'm going to get chicken thighs and rice, and then I'm going to make pasta with some beef in it and then some tomato sauce. I'm not going to make the tomato sauce from scratch this time just because we're going to do that another time. There's this really good brand that I like to use. Rouse. I still don't know if... I don't know how to pronounce it, but it's Rao's. Yeah. This is a really good brand, and I like it because it only has tomatoes, olive oil, onion, salt, garlic, basil, black pepper, and oregano. It's not like ingredients that come from the sun or the different extra dimensional planet that you just don't know what it is, aka other chemicals and preservatives. It's just tomato sauce. So long rant for just saying that it doesn't have a lot of stuff in it. What I'm gonna do is I need to start with the pasta. So I have a pot going, which I'm gonna cook off that, and then we're going to make tomatillo salsa. But first I gotta marinate the chicken. So oh, the cutting board's in the dishwasher. Dang it. Okay, that's fine. You know what? Let's do this. Chicken thigh. I'm gonna make this real simple. Oh, I need to turn the oven. I'm gonna turn it super hot. We're gonna do 450. Yeah. Just gonna plop all that on the tray. Oh my gosh. Jeez. Got a little olive oil. I know they're already fatty, but we're going to put a little olive oil on there. And then I found this lemon pepper seasoning that I want to try. I end up getting a lot of fire and smoke spices for some reason. I think they're just really good. So I'm going to do that. Okay. So I'm going to kind of slather this guy in the lemon pepper. Get a good amount on there. Get a little more on the tray so I can actually work with it. And then we're just going to kind of roll it in there like that. Oh my gosh, this smells super lemony. Like more lemony than like... You ever had like the Kirkland brand? The Kirkland lemon pepper? The OG? It's not the OG lemon pepper, but I just feel like in all the restaurants I've ever worked with, it's always the Kirkland brand or the the Cisco brand of lemon pepper. And then it's like, yeah, and you just like mix it with butter and it's like super terrible for you. Yeah, that's probably a rant that like no one had any context to, but that's okay. It's a really nice color, actually. I like this. So, kind of get in there. So I'm gonna change this to 2 trays. So we actually have a room to work with, and so they don't just start boiling, you know? I don't know if that makes any sense, but transferring trays, or at least spreading the the thighs out. Give it an opportunity to not cook in all the juice that it's going to be exerting because it's getting cooked. AK, just don't overcrowd the pan. You hear it with like all like the internet cooks and stuff. But if you spread it out like this, it gives it more of an opportunity to sear on the outside. So get a little more. Just do one more over here. Yeah. Okay. Alright, water's almost to a boil too. So I'm gonna do 450 for like probably 15 minutes on these and then check them. These are all rough measurements. Again, like with the spices, I just kind of poured it all on. So maybe I'll write a recipe. Maybe I'll write recipes for these things later down the line, but at this point, it's just the lemon pepper seasoning. So the oven is at 250. I'm just gonna toss these in because I want to get moving on my next project. So the water for the macaroni is going, so we're going to put the macaroni noodle in a second. I want to kind of like wipe this out because we made salsa the other day, which I think is on. I can't even remember which episode is on now, but we made salsa the other day. We're going to be making another type of salsa, salsa verde. Now this is for me and my wife doesn't like spice, so gotta compromise a little bit. Okay. Tomatillos, cilantro, onions, garlic, little vinegar. Super simple ingredients. First thing I want to do is like get these peels off of these tomatillos. Tomatillos are not tomatoes. Just for anyone asking. Or something else. There's something else that I don't exactly know, but they're not tomatoes. We actually have a tomatillo plant in our backyard that we have not done anything with. So, that's fun. I would also recommend rinsing tomatillos because they get sticky. Because these like little casings are pretty sticky. And we're only making like a little batch. We're not making a ton because it's only for tacos, and then tonight we're gonna do some like chips and dip. So as you can see, these can be a little tedious to work with, but that is all right. Take this stem off. Yeah.
Do you think when you're a dad and we have a little toddler, you'd like one of those like toddler stools?
Probably.
You know, toddler stool where it's raised, but then there's like a border around it, and then they have something to sit in, and then the toddler can touch it in it. Because we're already doing it anyway, so.
I didn't like that angle, so I'm changing the angle. So we have our tomatillos. Ooh, this one has dirt on it. I'm gonna rinse this off a bit more. So I rinsed off the tomatillos. You get a bowl here. Just put all the ingredients so you can see it. Tomatillos in the bowl. It's okay if they're whole like that. 1 onion. I like to do like a small onion. Small onion equals big knife. Big knife equals good food. It's so stupid. So, yeah, you don't want a ton of onion just because there's not much tomatillo and it'll overpower it. So, just quarter it like we did on the last salsa. Toss it in the bowl. Get rid of the peels. Okay, and then garlic. I'm going to say probably 2. 3. We'll do 3. 3 cloves of garlic. And just hit those guys so you can get the peels off of them. Okay. Peels. Peels. The reason that we make these salsas is to make meal prep easier on yourself, because if you just have like beef and tortillas, right, it's not going to be as enjoyable if you do beef tortillas and an amazing salsa verde that you make from scratch, and that doesn't have a lot of calories. So tomatillos, onions, garlic, we're going to start with that. A touch of avocado oil, and I mean like that. That's it. That's all you need. I'm gonna like kind of toss it around in the bowl a little bit. Turn this cast iron on. You're gonna do a little bit more avocado oil in the pan, because remember, avocado oil adds calories. Olive oil adds calories. For 1 tablespoon of this, it's 120 calories. Okay, if we go to olive oil, 1 tablespoon, 120 calories. Fat is calorically way more dense than carbs and protein. That's why fat's gotten such a bad rap. It's just because it has so many calories in it. So I'm going to wait till this gets hot. The other ingredients that we want to keep in mind is a bunch of cilantro. And then I got some limes. Probably gonna do 3 limes with this. And then a little bit of vinegar, like a touch, salt, and you're good. Usually I would put jalapenos with serranos in it, but again, my wife can't do spice, so heartburn. New angle change. Put this in pan. Okay, and then the idea is that you just don't touch it for a second. Ooh, I take this stem off. I actually don't know if, there we go. Yeah, make sure to take the stems off the tomatillos. I don't think they have a good flavor. There we go. Okay. So, let's put the macaroni in as well. So this is 2 pounds of elbow macaroni. What I'm thinking is, because it kind of doubles, it's 4 pounds. I'm thinking I'm going to need to do another box. Luckily, I have another box. Okay, so pasta water. You see how much salt I'm putting in this? It's like a stupid amount. I don't know. Like, that seasons your pasta. That makes it to where it's not bland. £2 pounds, so we're doing 4 pounds of pasta for this week. I know that's a lot, but that'll be able to really get me through a lot of the week. Because pasta, you can get a lot of calories, and that's what we want, is calories right now. Okay, always mix the pot so that the macaroni doesn't stick. Leave that, and then after this we're gonna cook off the beef for the tacos, and then get the salsa going too. Just gonna set up the blender. Oh, move this around. Oh, nice. That's getting a good char. Like that. So onions, maybe put them on a flat side so there's more caramelization happening there. Okay. Let's get this out of the way. Blender. Ow. I'm still very, very sore from yesterday. I don't know if you saw yesterday's episode, but it was brutal. It was like 2 o'clock in the morning when I got done with the workout, and I was pretty sleep deprived, so that never really helps. It also doesn't help for the gains. Alright. Alright, this is just distilled vinegar. Put this in, like, probably a teaspoon, 2 teaspoons of vinegar. Kind of eyeballed that. And then, oh, we need to use this. Cut these limes so I can juice them once the tomatillos are done. I'm glad I'm using these limes because I got these probably like 2 weeks ago, and I've used them almost like all this past week with salsa and stuff. So that's good. I'm just kind of turning over the tomatillos because they're getting charred a little bit, which is great. That's what we want. A good char, you know what I mean? That is a lot of macaroni. Oh my gosh. I want you to notice something. See it like this charring here? Like I know it's a little far away, but like that char is what you're looking for the whole time. So it is very good for the tomatillos. Good tomatillos need to be charred. And I didn't put any salt on this yet. So the macaroni is getting a little wild. Alright. There you go. So the tomatillos, the onions, and everything have been caramelized. I'm just going to put them in this... Okay. I don't have my tongs. I think my tongs are in the dishwasher. Rule. Rule of thumb. Have all of your stuff that you need to cook clean. And it's not just in the dishwasher. Tomatillos, onions, garlic. Toss that guy in there. This is going to be good. I hope. I think we have 1 jar that we can put this into. That macaroni is done. Alright. Put a little water in here to like help it get going. Oh, is the lid in the dishwasher too? Oh my god. The lid's in the dishwasher. Stupid idiot. Alright. So then we're going to start blending this together. What'd you say?
So this is the first thing she hasn't cooked. Everything else she can this is
Alright. Oh, God. With no lid. It's just a paper towel full of stuff. That smells good. Okay. Then, take the cilantro, you know, make sure to take the rubber band part off. It's not a good part of it. I'm just gonna actually cut that in half. Bloop bloop. Lime, lots of lime. I want this very like light and citrusy. Yeah. I wonder where my lemon juicer's right there. I would use like a juicer, but I'm already committed to this technique of hand squeezing the limes. But I would use like a lime juicer. It's way easier. It's easier on your wrists. I just like to do this because it's less cleanup. So I don't know. Do whatever you want. I'm not the boss of you. Okay. All right. Take the. We need another paper towel. Here. Okay. Get that lime and that cilantro all blended together. I'm gonna do it fairly quickly. Glad we had a paper towel there. Alright, I only want to do that for like a few seconds. Oh my gosh, it's like splatted everywhere. Alright, and this is where you're going to add salt. I like to do probably a little over a tablespoon. No lid, we're going to do it on low. Just mix that salt in there. Okay. Yeah, it's not bad. Do a little bit more salt. Because remember, as sauces get cooled, the flavor starts to dim a little bit. So because this is a little bit warm, the flavor is going to be more pronounced. So that's the tomatillo salsa. Super simple. I like spice in it, but my wife does not. So we're gonna go with her preference.
How many times are you gonna say that?
As many times as the audience needs to know. Boom. Green salsa. Pretty cool. Super cheap, super easy to make. So it's great. Okay, we need to get this macaroni out of here before it overcooks. Kind of lost track of that. Not gonna lie. Where's the strainer? Oh, I thought it was in the dishwasher too. That would have been terrible. I'm just gonna take these. Good amount of macaroni, actually. I mean, 4 pounds, like, that's definitely gonna be a good amount. So then we're just gonna strain the rest. I'm gonna do this. I would not recommend doing this like this, but I'm just gonna do it. One hand, strain the rest of the macaroni. Just want to make sure it's not overcooked, which it might be. You know what? If it is, then that's my fault. Okay. Alright. So that's 2 gallons of cooked off macaroni, and there's still a little bit left in there. Which, you know what? Might be dinner. Might be dinner tonight. Some of this macaroni will stick to the side. Alright, I'm gonna get another Cambro here. Hold on. I would recommend a strainer for this. I just don't have like a solid one, you know, like a big one. Which I do need to get one, but this is what we're working with today. Which is okay. This is okay. Alright. So, for reference, 4 pounds of macaroni will cook off. This right here is 2 gallons. This is a half gallon. So 2.5 gallons of cooked off macaroni. Okay, so now we have it kind of cleaned up a little bit. Macaroni's done. Tomatillo salsa is done. Now we need to check on the chicken. Chicken is definitely done. Yeah. Finito. Finito. Ooh, that color looks good. Alright. So, I am just going to move each one of these thighs to the other sheet pan so you can just consolidate it to one sheet pan. I really like chicken thighs. And I know last week we just did chicken breast. But the thing that I didn't really consider is you need to eat a lot of chicken breast to actually get in the amount of calories that you need to eat. So I had to supplement with like some things like dessert and ice cream. I literally went to the store to buy ice cream to make sure I got enough calories in for the day. Okay. So this is what it looks like. Really nice color. So then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to cut it now. So I know a lot of people cut it before they cook it. Today I'm just going to cut it afterwards. I think that it yields a better texture when you bake it at least. Because if you cut it and then you bake it all, like it's just going to dry it all out. So I'm just going to opt to cut everything after it's cooked. So we'll start with this, and then I just kind of give it a good chop here, and then that's it. So chicken thighs also, man, they heat up better. They're just overall a better piece of the chicken. I know, it's just like they're fattier, so you get less protein for the amount of calories that you get with this chicken. But I mean, it's better than, you know, protein supplements or stuff like that. Like real chicken is definitely going to be better for you, but this is just fattier. But I mean, people use this in restaurants all the time for good reason, because they're superior. Put this back on the sheet tray. Okay. I'm gonna do the other half. Okay. And I like to leave all the chicken in its juices. You know, chicken thigh has a lot of fat. There's a good amount of fat compared to breast, and I would be a criminal if I wasted it. So. I feel like I'm like at Buc-ee's, you know, they have that brisket, and like, what do they say, Buc-ee's? I think they just yell. I think they just yell words that no one understands. But this is all good chicken. Alright, so I'm going to taste one of these bad boys. It's really nice, actually. It's like very subtle. It needs a little salt, but not a bad starting point. very like citrusy because of the lemon. I just love lemon pepper to begin with. It's such a good flavor. Okay. So, that is what we're working with now. I am going to put a little bit of salt on here. Kind of sprinkle over the top to kind of just enhance the lemon pepper and the chicken flavor that's going on in there. Mix it up. And then we'll set this to the side until we have to portion for our meal prep. Because what we're doing is we're going to do the macaroni noodle. This chicken will be for one meal. And then we're going to just cook off a bunch of beef for my wife so she can have tacos with that tomatillo salsa. There's a lot of weird flavors going on today. I just realized. We have lemon pepper chicken thigh. We have tomatillos, macaroni, and then we're going to do tomato sauce and beef. So, bam. Chicken, tomatillo salsa. That's probably going to be the thumbnail picture. Okay, macaroni's done. Chicken's done. The last thing we need to do is the beef. So, we have one cast iron pan. I'm thinking of just doing another one. Just getting it done real quick. We're going to do this the slow route because I would have to clean. These cast iron pans are not super clean and have not been seasoned correctly. My fault. But still, we're just going to do one pan. I'm going to do a neutral oil, a touch of avocado oil, like a touch, because this is 90-10 beef. And this is like partially frozen. So we're going to do this the mom style. Just put it in the pan and defrost it. You ever had that where you're like, your mom's making like, what was it? Hamburger Helper beef stroganoff, and you forgot to take the beef out of the fridge to defrost because she told you to do it like a day ago and you didn't do it, and then she doesn't remember. So what ends up happening is she puts the beef in the pan, pissed off, and like scrapes it until it's all there, and it's like gray, but it's still really good. That's what we're doing. Alright. I'm not going to salt this yet. I want to make sure it has plenty of time to sear. So, this is going to be a little bit of a process, so I'm not going to record this part. But, this is what we're doing. I'm just going to give you the game plan, okay? We're going to sear this off and cook it. And then we're going to season it with onion powder, a little bit of that salt, pepper, black garlic mix. Okay? We are going to do a touch of cumin. The rest of my chili powder, because I don't have much, but we're going to do like a teaspoon of that. And a touch of Cajun seasoning. I have not used these spices before, but what we're going to do is we're going to cook it all off, season it with these spices, put it all in a Cambro, and then we're going to portion everything out. I didn't want to put this in the video because it's boring, but this is 8 meals. Each one has 330 grams of macaroni, 130 grams of chicken thigh. We have this left, so I'm going to put this in a bag and freeze it, and then it'll be like the second half of the week, because I think I'm going to eat 2 to 3 of these a day, so this is either going to be 2 or 3 days. So what I'm also going to do is we're going to add in the marinara. So it's 100 calories for half a cup, which I think I'm just going to do half a cup of marinara each. So I'm going to need to scan that to put that in the meal prep recipe. So I have an app that counts calories. And what I'll do is I'll essentially go create meal, and we'll do chicken, thigh, and mac, right? With marinara. Not Mariano's, marinara. Okay, and then I'll scan this here, so we're not just guessing. So then, see how it does 100 calories. So I'll add one portion, add that to the meal. And then we'll do macaroni noodle. I should have scanned the macaroni. Hold on, let's see if we can find it actually. Yeah. So take the box here, scan this. So this is, oh no. I have hold on. Okay, another tip that I did not follow is I would track your dry pasta weight, and then go from there, but I'm just going to try to do cooked macaroni, white cooked in salted water, 320 grams. That's about 500 calories there. And then we have chicken thigh cooked. Go to grams. I have 100 and let's do 30 grams there. Next, so overall, this whole meal is 56 grams of protein, 98 grams of carbs, and 17 grams of fat, 831 calories. So we'll save that meal, and then every time that we actually eat this, I can just boop, meal done. Then it's tracked. So then I'm just like trying to make sure there's not a bunch of excuses that I have about not tracking. So now I'm just going to take half a cup of this, put it over like that, and then we'll warm it up with the sauce. Right. It might need like a little salt when we heat it up, because these sauces are pretty they can be pretty bland just by themselves. That's why I like this sauce though, because it's actually really decent. It's pretty macro friendly for what it is, and you're not getting a bunch of junk ingredients. Oh, that actually worked out perfect because I'm out of the sauce, so 8 portions is good. There we go. So then that's the meal prep for this week, or for the next couple days. I'll freeze this. And then we made the tomatillo salsa, and then this is how I'm portioning out my wife's meal prep. We have like 120 grams of 90-10 beef, and we're gonna get 4 corn tortillas, which I think comes out to about 40 grams of carbohydrates and then about 30 grams of protein. So that's a super simple one with the tomatillo salsa on there, which is basically no calories. I mean, it has a little bit of the oil, so I would probably account for like a teaspoon of avocado oil. Not even that, like half a teaspoon. But yeah, super, super simple meal prep. Hey, you made it to the end. Thanks for watching. If you want to see the next episode where me and my wife actually work out legs together, click over there. And if you want to see the first episode of this journey in this whole video series, click over there. I'll see you in the next one.